present Back to the Future, a musical by Jill and Michael Galena. The story of Johann Sebastian Bach's life is told through narrators who are clavier or piano keys. Some scenes are dramatized in pantomime. We hope you enjoy the show.
Friends, music lovers one and all, with beautiful melodies, we shall soon fill this hall. Yes, we will bring you to Bach in time well over 300 years, as the beautiful melodies of Johann Sebastian Bach will surely fill your ears.
We are the keynote speakers at this grandiose event. For many long and happy years with Bach, we call his friend. You see, we are as clever at keys. We stand here back and wait. Though before he rescued us, we did nothing but bicker and fight. We sat in a dusty music shop beneath some moldy shelves, out of key, out of tune, speaking sharply amongst ourselves. Yes, dust and neglect at one time did befall us, and ill-tempered clavier is what they did call us. But then Johann Sebastian Bach came on that fateful day, took us to his home and heart, and there he let us stay. Under his expert tutelage, we now can proudly claim a well-tempered clavier is what we all became. But enough about us. Let's introduce to you now a talented family and let them take a bow. From a long line of musicians, Johann Sebastian did descend, violinists, singers, organists, the long list has no end. Throughout all of Germany, from wherever you came, two words, Bach and music, really meant one and the same. And once a year they gathered, each relation came along for a musical reunion of merriment and song. Now off to Eisenach, Germany, 1685's the year. Sit back and enjoy the great music that you'll hear. Scene 1, the family reunion.
Each melody is a part
was indeed, with a loving family fulfilling every need.
But sadly faded sadness lay just around the bend as his mother and his father died. He was only 10.
He had to leave his happy life in Eisenach behind, and with his brother Jakob, soon he knew whom he would find.
To a cottage in order, they set off with each other, but they lived with Johann Christoph, their musical older brother.
Scene 2, cottage in the orchard. Brother Christoph taught them music, leaving no time to be bored, as they learned to play the organ, clavier, and harpsichord.
As Johann Sebastian mastered new pieces every day, soon there was a backlog of music that he could play. Instead, Christa had some music he kept safely locked away, musical master that young Johann begged to play.
But though Johann begged and pleaded, Christoph always just said no. And so, late at night, to the locked closet Johann would go.
And there by the glimmer of the moon's pale light, he copied each manuscript into the night. The secret activity went on day after day until Christoph caught him and took them away.
Johann's first petition came in 1703.
When he was appointed a church organist in Arnstadt, Germany, 3 times a week on an organ he played, but one of his jobs left him more than dismayed.
He hadn't realized that when he was hired, teaching young boys to sing was also required.
He thought he'd be playing the organ at school, but those Bach-stopping boys had him playing the fool.
Bach was a genius in music, and it takes special talents to be a teacher, you see.
Scene 3, the classroom.
Who wants a teacher that always makes us sing, or one that's always talking about every little thing?
I wonder what mischief we can pull off today. Let's use his head for a buckboard, that's what I think.
Pipe down, all of
organist finds who to play.
Well, 4 weeks crushed to 4 months, and when he did return, a shaky reputation resumed what he had earned.
The congregation turned on him, his music angered some, and it was just a prelude of what was yet to come.
They didn't like his contra melodies or the frilly things he played. When it came to his new music, they were backwards, you could say. Bach tried, just what would they like? Bach tried to impress them. He pulled out all the stops and tried to impress them.
So, seeing his days were numbered at best, finding a new job soon became his next quest.
As a church organist in Mohawk, he started a new life and took a real part of music.
But once again, he clashed with the organization as an organ builder and a technician. He earned quite a reputation.
So off they moved to Weimar in a much grander position. Under Duke Wilhelm Ernst, he'd be organist and chamber musician.
He wrote cantatas, toccatas, and oratorios anew, and his reputation as an organ master grew and grew and grew.
There were many compositions and creative innovations in the birth of a daughter, and 2 sons brought joy and jubilation.
But when at Weimar, he was befriended by Prince Leopold. A sorry situation for Bach soon did unfold.
Prince Leopold had offered Bach a lofty court position, one that offered challenges to any fine musician.
But when he asked Duke Wilhelm for his release, as we recall, his reaction screws the life out of us all. Duke is a tyrant, on that you could bet. He gave poor Bach a tongue lashing that he would never forget. Duke and his henchmen cut Bach down to size, and they wouldn't let poor Johann get a word in edgewise.
Scene 4, the Duke's chamber.
Duke Wilhelm, as I told you before, I've been offered a new position in Cotton. Prince Leopold as a court musician.
And as I've told you, the answer is no. This is quite absurd. You signed a contract with me and you can't go back on your word. I've consulted with my counsel today. Now let us hear what they have to say.
We're tired of your disloyalty, excuses, and rebukes. As far as we're concerned, it's time for putting up our dues. You continually harp on as you're obstinate and rude, and now you go to jail for your bad attitude. Bad attitude.
Take him to jail!
After spending a month in jail that was cold and damp, Bach took his family to join Prince Leopold.
The fine prince was a gentleman and a patron of the arts, and a talented musician known to many in these parts.
Conductor of an orchestra became Bach's next position, and the Brandenburg Concerto was just a few of his new compositions. He wrote the Well-Tempered Clavier to teach his talented son the basics of technique, and now it's used by everyone.
Now this little book of studies surely filled a need. Bach was a very clavier man, so clavier, yes indeed. Now I don't mean to counterpund you, but I must say it's true. When it came to writing music, there were few things Bach could do.
Scene 5, a change in Bach's life.
Sadly, this contented time wasn't meant to last, as soon a tragedy soon would come to pass. Bach had traveled off to Karlsbad to rest at waterside, and when he returned home, he found his beloved wife had died. Slowly passed before Bach married a charming young lass. As a well-tempered woman, just 20 years old, she raised all the children in a loving household.
As a singer, musician, mother, and wife, Anna and Magdalena began a new life. Though 16 years younger than her new bridegroom, their loving marriage began to bloom. This talented couple, this musical pair, wrote a two-volume notebook with songs for clavier. Its dances, its marches, and bright minuets are beautiful melodies one never forgets.
As kids, we tend to talk too much, but please be reassured, more tales remain that we will tell you so you won't get keyboard.
We'll continue with our flashback of his legendary story. There is much, much more for us to tell of his great rise to glory. The Bachs then moved to Leipzig, where Johann had been assigned to the renowned post diagnosed of cancer that was well known and refined. At first, Bach thought everything was going to be on key, but he soon found out his new job lacked peace and harmony. The Leipzig City Council was Sebastian's only boss, but their stringent rules and attitude put Johann at loss.
Scene 6, the Leipzig City Council. We are the members of the council. We are wise and educated, and if you dwell upon our status, you will surely be elated. We're aristocratic, autocratic, bureaucratic marvels who do exactly what we want.
I think they've lost their marbles.
I have come before the council to clarify my case of musician with my background should not suffer this disgrace. Johann, we need an answer. How much can we endure? Our summer conference proclamations should not be ignored. You should spend more time teaching. We're tired of your speech. What is painful at the taco is this endless obligato. You cannot keep our consent. Do you know we pay your rent? The counterpoint I raise is you won't listen to a phrase. We should hold up on your feet. We could bring you to your knees. You're driving me insane with this meaningless refrain. Your behavior is appalling. Come now, Bach, we think you're stalling. Gentlemen, please, that's enough. Her Bach, you must obey our rules and we will soon get tough. Can't he do what we tell him to? He is stubborn and oh so willful. Why do they have so much to say about the way I act and the music that I play? Why has Bach been a laughing stock of our methods and regulations? If I do what I want to do, then they say I'm stubborn and temperamental too. Melodies should be plain and simple. Why can't he use the same refrain? Always changing, rearranging. You have cluttered up our brains. Keep it simple, keep it plain, and please use the same refrain. You are driving us insane. While matters with the council were sure to go awry, his friendship with the townsfolk was an all-time high.
Along with being Count, Bach was destined to become the popular director of collegiate music.
This musical society played throughout the year. Outdoor concerts in the summer months were played in the open air.
In wintertime, the coffee house is where the group performed, a cozy place where all could stay well sheltered from the storm.
In days of old, the coffee house was where good friends could meet, to share the news and even snooze away from the noisy streets.
We'd like to take you back in time to see a common scene of people gather around to hear the musical cuisine.
Then let's push Bach the time aboard to hear some virtuosos, as Bach conducts a lively set of his capriccioso.
Scene 7, the coffee house.
inventions, chorales, preludes.
Many of these well-fitting melodies are written upon our very keys.
We became so famous that we could be sure people lined up for each key signature.
A musical legacy he left us is true, and 4 of his children became great composers too.
When his music was filled with thrills and passion, many still feel his style was old-fashioned.
It was 50 long years from the time that he had died when his manuscripts were found. His genius could not be denied.
Since Bach was informed the basis for what we hear today, we present one of his pieces in a new, updated way. Yes, now for our grand finale. We planned something quite big. We feel that it's time for all of us to flip our wings.
You did it again. Yes, yesterday they did it for kindergarten, first and second grade, and it was so delightful, but I said to the children, we can't hear you. You have to speak up. All the things they're saying are so important. So Mrs. Schuler got us the microphone. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And not only that, we got a music history lesson as well. I didn't know Bach had all those children. And I didn't know that's why he set the the things up to teach his son. I didn't know that either. So, see, I learned something too. Thank you, children. You did a wonderful job. Wonderful. Kiran, just step back here for a second. Mrs. Schuler set the tapes up for her and gave her numbers and so on for when to push buttons. And you really did an excellent job on that. Thank you, Kiran. That was hard to do. And children, I do want to thank you for being a good audience. You really were. You were a very good audience today. And I thank Mrs. Schuler. I really do. She's an excellent music teacher, and we're very, very lucky to have her. She loves her music, and it shows. Thank you. Thanks, children. Thank you, teachers. And parents, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thanks, children.